Musicians talk in Roman numerals. As we know, keys, scales, and chords are all linked, but there is a fourth corner to this circle: numbers. Let's say the song is in the key of C major. The main chord, C major, is built on a C note, which is the first note of C major. Makes sense so far. What musos will do is, rather than call it a C major chord, they'll call it the 1 chord because it's based on the first note of the scale. A G major is based on the 5th note and would be the 5. An E minor is on the 3rd note and so would be a 3rd. An A minor would be the 6th. But why would we use these numbers instead of chords? Well, one, it's quicker to write and to say. It's easier to explain how the song is going to end with a 2-5-1 rather than going from a G minor to a C7 to resolve to an F on a finish. But it's also easier when you want to transpose. If you know that the chorus of Taylor Swift's Love Story uses D, A, B minor, G, A, D, that's useful. But if you swap those out to be a 1-5-6-4-5-1 progression, suddenly it's a lot easier if your singer wants to sing it in the key of C instead. You know that I is C, C, D, E, F, G is 5, A would be 6, and so on and so forth. But that has its own problems. If you see these written, or these, you may start counting up to the 16th or the 57th note to find the right chord. So instead, we swap out those numbers for Roman numerals. For our progression earlier, we'd swap it out so it would look like this. Notice how they're all in capitals except the 6? That's because all the chords are major except for 6, which is A minor. In a normal progression, that doesn't make much of a difference. But when you're venturing out of the key and you want to use a major 2 instead of a minor 2, it makes it a lot easier to tell. Now when we add these little additional numbers back in, it starts to make more sense. We've got a major 1 with a 6th added, we've got a minor 5 with a 7, and a diminished 7th chord. The 7th is almost always diminished, but we still put a little degree symbol just to indicate it either way to make it overtly clear. If we ever need a chord outside of the scale, we just put the necessary symbol in front of it. This is a major flat 3, this is a minor sharp 6, and so on. It's super handy to have these so you can call them out in real live gigs. It really does prove that